show. The Pacific Whale Foundation show today is going to feature some wonderful information. I am so excited to have two wonderful people from the foundation here. We got Kelly McHugh, who's here. She is in charge of marketing and development. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Cindy. Great to be here.
And John Clark. John Clark is the in charge of the retail establishment, and that's the Ocean Store. But I found out it's actually more than the Ocean Store as well, because you have e-commerce sites with some amazingly eco-conscious products, which we're going to be going into. We're going to start with this because I've been talking to John here just before the show and finding out how completely evolved the Whale Store has become. The Whale Store has been around for a long time, and people know where it is there in Ma'alaya. And it's one of my favorite shops because everything has got great quality. It's unique, and it is, to me, one of the finer places to actually get product that you can give as gifts.
Oh, thank you.
Well, because people not only like the quality, but the fact that it's tied in. But there's a lot of other reasons to shop at the Ocean Store, including the fact that you are tied in with the nonprofit. And I wasn't even aware of this after shopping every year there at Christmas and other times when friends come into town. So tell us the way you have set this Ocean Store up to support the Pacific Whale Foundation.
So 100% of the profits of every purchase that you make in our Ocean Store goes directly back to our foundation. So you can shop there, you can feel good. You know that your purchases, not only are they eco-conscious, but they're helping support a great cause.
Well, definitely. That's definitely. And you have gone to the nth degree to make sure that's the truth. I am amazed at what products you have there that I don't know any other store carrying at this point. And we're going to go into some of the things that you carry, including everything from the straws that are bamboo straws, right? That you carry
bamboo
now.
Straws, paper straws.
Straw holders.
Straw carrying cases.
Can you believe it? There's actually is that like the case you would see for chopsticks or something? How do you?
Yeah, it's just a wooden carrying case that you can put your straw in there, and it also includes the cleaner. Got a cap on it, and you can carry it around.
I'm going to get one of those. That's on my must-get list.
Yes,
definitely.
It's a very cool product.
That's a great gift too. If you want stocking stuffers for the holiday season.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be a nice one to give?
Oh, absolutely. And it's
bamboo
fun.
straws, the straw cleaning thing, and the little case, the carrying case. I love that idea. That's going to be on my list for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely
John,
on my list.
You've sold quite a few of those
oh gosh,
recently, haven't you?
We've sold over 5,000.
Yeah.
Year to date.
As you say, it's okay to start small with that. And once you start small with that idea, you go on. You actually even are going to have backpacks made here locally that are going to be environmentally friendly and made from recycled bottles?
Yes, so we're partnering with a local brand, Dekine. 2019, they're rolling out a line of backpacks, hip packs, wallets, various products that are made from 100% recycled water bottles. Very
I wasn't
cool.
even aware of this product and this company that was doing that locally.
It's a really cool product, and it is really high quality. It's fashionable. It's cool. So it has everything that you're looking for, and it's eco-conscious.
And you know what? That's another great gift. A wonderful gift for the holidays. Folks, I also want to encourage people now that we're at October 1st to think ahead and do your shopping early when there's not the whales aren't here yet. It's easy to go in there shopping. Not a lot of crowds, and you could go down there and get all of these great gifts at the Ocean Store, and it supports the nonprofit Pacific Whale Foundation.
Right.
So it really is giving back in a couple of ways. It's a win-win situation. You do like to support local businesses, don't you?
Of course. In fact, that's part of our green matrix is we try and support local businesses as much as possible, not just to support them, but also it cuts down on your carbon footprint because it doesn't have to be shipped halfway across the world. And generally, your local products are not going to be packaged excessively in plastic, and it doesn't come in a big cardboard box with all these peanuts and stuff. It just comes as is, so you're reducing a lot of the packaging as well.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Now tell me about, and again, I think green matrix is such a great term. You were mentioning the green matrix. I think someone should make that their band name. Green matrix is so visual. But explain what the green matrix it really is.
So that's a rating system that we use when we're sourcing new products. And basically what we're looking at is various different factors like, well, where does it come from? Is it local? That's going to get the highest score. Is it come international? That's going to get the lowest score. Relating to food products, is it organic? Is it natural? Is it local? Or does it have a bunch of preservatives in it? The raw materials, like clothing, for example, we always prefer to go with 100% cotton, preferably organic cotton or bamboo or hemp. Anything with polyester is going to get the lowest rating. In fact, next year we are switching to a line of rain jackets that have to be made from polyester, but they're going to be made from recycled polyester.
I didn't even know they made recycled polyester.
They do. It's pretty new, but
wow.
They are starting to do that. So we're going to introduce that in 2019. And then also, is the material recyclable? So it's a whole rating system to make sure that we're really staying in line with our values when we're purchasing products for the store.
Now, as people are listening to this, and I know some people may be listening online and other places, if you hear something that sounds really exciting, you do not necessarily have to run down and pick it up there because now you have an e-commerce store as well.
We do. If you go to our website, you can click on the Ocean Store and you can shop. Almost every product that is in our Ocean Store is also available on our e-commerce site.
And they get shipped out?
They do. Mm-hmm.
That's so great. That's very exciting to me. I didn't even know you. I mean, like I say, I love the store, and I go in all the time, and I'm finding out things, John, that I wasn't aware of at all. So it's really thrilling. Now, of course, you know, you do have all kinds of different product. I know when I go in there, I see people buying hats because people who have forgotten their hats. Even me sometimes when I go out on the whale watch cruise or something. One thing you want is hats, and the other things you need is sunscreen, and sunscreen's become a huge
Yes.
topic recently. I think our state was one of the first to actually ban products that damage the reefs. Is that true?
I believe that is true, yes.
Mm-hmm. So you have those eco-friendly sunscreen now?
We only sell reef-safe sunscreen.
Yay. That's very, very important.
Yeah, so whichever brand, we have multiple brands, but you can come in, you can test them out, and you can feel comfortable knowing you don't need to read the label at our stores because you can know that it's reef safe.
And of course, I bet you sell a lot of that there as well.
We sell a lot.
Especially since it's not easy to carry on if you're visiting, right? The sunscreen's not the thing
It's
you
not,
want.
and you know, a lot of people do bring copper tone in various brands, and we do a really good job about educating them before they go out on their cruises about reef safe. So then they come in and they buy a bottle of reef safe to alternate for what they were using before.
Well, I know if you have makeup and body care products, you also try to be very, very aware of those products and the way they were made as well, right?
Absolutely. That's something I think a lot of people don't know about is makeup and body care products often contain a lot of marine life animals.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sea turtles,
Seriously?
fish scales, coral.
Oh, no.
Certain oils from the livers of shark are all in your makeup and body care products. So it's very important to be aware of what brands that you're purchasing. In fact, there's actually a company called the Environmental Working Group. Their website is ewg.com, and they rate all different brands.
I'm going to repeat that because people may be driving and they won't remember. And I was not even aware of this. It's called the Environmental Working Group. EWG.com. And you can find out what products that are made with this and what's inside them, and they rate. Do they rate also?
They rate them. Mm-hmm.
That's very handy to know. My gosh, you actually have worked, I know, with Kelly and the whole Pacific Whale Foundation to have a team that you built to go out and actually try to educate and even go to some stores and places to let them know how they can switch up their straws as well.
Yep. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. Each year Pacific Whale Foundation adopts, educates, and advocates for an ocean conservation initiative with the goal of involving the public in our mission and our values and our vision. And this year, our research and conservation department adopted a last straw campaign because 500 million straws a day are used in the United States alone. And I believe
staggering.
that's enough.
Staggering.
Staggering. Enough straws to wrap around the earth 2.5 times every single day.
Oh, my gosh.
And they've taken this campaign and brought it out into the public. And I believe we have about 22 different local restaurants on our roster now who have signed the pledge to reduce or reuse single plastic straws. So you'll notice if you go to Cool Cat Cafe or Down the Hatch, Milagros, Nalu's, all of these restaurants offer alternatives to single-use plastics and counting. I know that Sheraton here on Maui is completely single-use plastic straw-free at this point, so we're working with them on getting that campaign off of Hawaii. Yeah, so I mean we're very tuned in with our resident community, but we're also trying to ensure that we're sending visitors home with the messages that we're building here. In a place that we're so integrated with our ocean ecosystem. As a result of all of the hard work that our conservation and research team has been doing hands-on in leading coastal marine debris monitoring programs, which isn't just beach cleanups, but really monitoring and counting and categorizing every single item collected in those cleanups. We're seeing straws, number one, right? Single-use plastic straws.
I didn't know that.
Big
I would have
issue.
guessed maybe cigarette butts.
Right on top of the list as well, yeah. So we worked with Plastic Ocean Foundation recently, which is an entire nonprofit devoted to this issue, applied for a grant through the County of Maui's Department of Environmental Management. And again, just kind of as an extension of our Last Straw campaign, won a grant to work with every intermediate and high school in Maui County. So that includes Lanai and Molokai, to ensure that we're showing this plastic ocean film, this 22-minute film that was premiered last year as a Pacific Whale Foundation fundraiser.
It's a mind-blowing film. This film will change the way you think.
We hope so.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when I started hearing about it and then saw some clips from it and saw what the ocean really looks like, when there was a study done saying that there isn't any part of the ocean that is not affected by plastic now.
Right.
And I mean, everyone knows about the big plastic island. And
sure.
And a lot of good work is being done to try to address that. But we're talking beyond that.
Right, and I think, one idea that we all share at Pacific Whale Foundation is cleaning up the garbage isn't necessarily the solution. It's ensuring that those plastics aren't reaching our landfills and our oceans to begin with, right? So great opportunity to work with the next generation of stewards and leaders and people that will be voting to ensure that these environmental laws are maintained and built and cared for.
That's a big project right now, huh?
Huge project. So we're super lucky to be working with the County of Maui and to offer our plastic pollution solutions program. So again, it's a grant-funded program, which means...
You did very good on that. Plastic pollution solution.
Oh, it's a mouthful.
That's a tongue twister.
As is Coastal Marine Debris Monitoring Program, not to be confused with beach cleanups, right? Because we're really wanting to monitor and create data sheets for our advocacy work, right? So when you go to the legislature every year, you can't just say, this is bad for our environment. You have to have those numbers. You have to have those qualitative and quantitative statistics.
And you have those with those monitoring systems.
That's exactly right. That's, the basis for the entire program.
And by going to the schools, you're able to actually help educate the children of the future who grow up. And a lot of times these children, educate the parents. We do know that, don't we?
That's right. That's right. And by focusing on those intermediate and high school students, we're really offering solutions to a population that is at that at-risk age, right? So they're really in an identifying stage in their life where they'll come with, they'll come up with really interesting solutions for us, and then we can take those and bring them back into our practices. So, these are really smart kids at this age.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll show them the film.
So now, to make this clear, this is quite a big project, and it's going to make a big impact. And not only that, the children love getting educated and seeing this. So you are now offering any school or teacher that's listening at a school, if you want to have your school participate and be able to see this movie, which is a life-changing movie, you can actually contact the Pacific Whale Foundation and request that this movie be shown, and you will then make it possible to actually bring the movie to the school?
Absolutely. So by visiting our website, pacificwhale.org, or calling directly our education manager at 808-856-8341, you can get on our list, and we'll schedule you in. And we have 3 different options. We wanted to make it as easy and as accessible as possible for these teachers because they know they have the hardest job on this island. And so one is a classroom workshop. So our team will actually come into your classroom, show the 22-minute film, A Plastic Ocean, which has been screened in over 70 countries and on 6 continents. Really important film. And then customize a curriculum. And whether you're a science teacher, an art teacher, a math teacher, a history teacher, we'll very happily integrate our lesson planning with yours because our education team are certified teachers. And the second option, that's option number 1 for teachers that might have a little bit more time.
For intermediate and high school.
Intermediate and high school, yep. The second option is an assembly or group presentation. So we might just come to your auditorium, show the film, and do a Q&A. If schools just, have one period of time where they want to hit maybe every grade level. And then that third option that we're offering is a simple leave behind. So we have these huge curriculum binders that we're putting together with all the facts and figures, and we have licenses, a limited number of licenses to actually give them the DVD. So they'll have the film and they can show it in whatever way they see fit with their students.
I just love this idea, and just from you alone, John, I have learned so much, and I wasn't even aware of some of these products that you now have for sale, and I'm sure a lot of the kids aren't aware of some of these products that exist as well.
And there's more and more eco-conscious products coming out every day, like the toothbrushes we were talking about earlier.
I didn't know there was a
toothbrush.
I didn't know that. It's
but
amazing.
the average person will throw out 300 plastic toothbrushes in their lifetime. So multiply that by the number of people on Earth. It's a lot. So every single day, just more and more things are coming out. So it's an exciting time. But it's also a great time to be coming to the Ocean Store, to be seeing all those new products as they start to roll out.
Also very popular, I know, is some of the products. You have lovely CDs and you have movies and DVDs and things that are available there. I do love, I have to say, some of those because I think it's pretty popular for people to hear the sounds of the whales. I know that's one that I was.
CD.
I love those as well. But you have a great selection of clothes, and they're really very fashionable. What you have is, everything from the great hats with the sunscreen, protected hats, to the shorts, to the jackets, to the wonderful hoodies. It's just really lovely style. It's a real full-time job, outsourcing and making sure of that. And not only that, now making sure that what you're purchasing is as eco-conscious as possible.
It's challenging, yes, but it's worth it because once you really start to educate yourself and you know about plastic and the ocean and who would have thought, polyester is made from plastic, and when you run it through your washing machine and your dryer, it ends up in the water stream.
Boy, I'd never even considered that.
So as you start to learn about these things, you really start to gain your passion about it, and you want to make sure that those products that you source are contributing to your mission.
Well, okay, should we tackle water bottles? Should we tackle the problem with water bottles? It drives me crazy because, any event that you go to, how many of those crates full of water bottles do you see, right? It's a huge issue.
Completely boycotted from our office. And
is it? Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I'm looking at a water bottle in here and feeling, it's not mine.
How dare you.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
I will say, I've been using this for about a month. It is a plastic water bottle,
okay,
but I
reuse
it. Yes,
okay,
I reuse it.
Yeah, I know. It's a hard one. So, and then people get nervous because they don't know which kind of bottle to do. But I'm seeing more and more metal bottles being used by people. Do you sell some metal containers for water?
We sell lots of different options for reusable water bottles.
Because that is something to consider, because that's another issue that happens, right? I mean, it's a hard thing to deal with, but it's a huge amount here on the islands.
And they're temperature controlled, right?
They are temperature controlled. So the
how are they temperature controlled?
So they're double insulated and copper insulated. So they will keep cold or drinks ice cold for 24 hours.
My gosh! Wow.
I take mine to the beach and I put it in the sand and the sun. And by the time I leave, the ice cubes are still ice cubes.
I was not aware of that.
And they keep your hot drinks hot for 12 hours.
That's fantastic.
So
again, folks, these are great Christmas gifts.
Great
Those
Christmas
are wonderful
presents.
Gifts.
And
Yeah.
your plastic water bottle will not do that.
Nope.
So
no way.
Sure
it will not.
Oh my gosh, no, it won't. And on top of that, you can go to e-commerce site for you, and that specific is a pwf.org. First, do you go to that?
PacificWhale.org.
PacificWhale.org.
And then there's a link for the ocean store.
PacificWhale.org, and go to the link, and then people can purchase these online. And you literally probably could do all your shopping. I mean, I would even suggest it. Do all your shopping right there and get those, and then you would ship it out if you had the address of where it gets shipped out to?
We ship out same day or next day at the very latest.
Wow.
But I will say, if you are local, come into the store, because it's a totally different experience to actually get to shop the store. You also get 10% if you're come on.
Oh, and speaking of that, with the whale season coming up, if you're a member, it's a good thing to do to become a member, because you get 20% off, right?
Correct, yeah.
On the cruises, on the Whale Watch
the cruises, the ocean store, and the e-commerce site.
And it's not that much to be a member. I mean, first time I went to be a member, I looked and I went, my gosh, most places would charge hundreds of dollars, and you don't. I mean, you really make it affordable to be a member, right?
Absolutely. And we have many different ways to become a member. So you can sponsor a keiki program. You can sponsor our research efforts internationally. We have offices in Ecuador, Chile, and Australia, and we're really trying to advocate to prevent whaling around the world. You can support our volunteer on vacation program. So we collaborate with many different conservation organizations on Maui and try to raise funds to bring awareness to the Malcolm-Mackay connection, which impacts everything that we do in terms of environmental sustainability. Becoming a member or a donor is just a huge part of what we do and how we spread our impact and let folks know how to build this ohana, how to really build this charge towards becoming more environmentally stable and to protect our oceans through science and advocacy.
And we only have a couple minutes left, but indeed, even the boats should go out. The ships are all eco-friendly as well.
Absolutely.
That was one of Greg Kaufman's passions.
Very much so. And, our boats are a social enterprise along with our ocean stores. And I think there's a little bit of confusion about nonprofit versus for-profit versus social enterprise. So all of our research, education, and conservation programs are nonprofit. Our cruise programs and our ocean store programs do make a profit, but as a social enterprise, those profits go directly back into the foundation. It's a really, really worthy cause, and we're making a pretty enormous impact. Greg made a great program.
You really are. It's so great. Well, there's a lot going on, officially kicking off whale season November 10th.
Yes. Well,
with a blessing and going out.
Right. November 10th is the launch of our whale season. We will have a Welcome Home the Whales blessing and cruise. And then from the 10th to the 19th is our annual online auction. So we're looking for items to auction during that time. Golf outings or hotel rooms or homemade jewelry. All of those monies go towards our Keiki Whale Watch program, which is a critical program that's offered just for a couple of dollars and reaches 3,000 kids every whale season.
And the kids get to go out. Some of it's their first time out, actually, in the waters to see it. It's amazing.
That's exactly right. That's what my education team tells me. She'll meet kids that are 12, 13 years old that have never been on a whale watch.
Which is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, and it's life-changing for them. It's really important to have that program subsidized and available to our school kids.
So the website, again, is?
PacificWhale.org. And from that link, you can get to our e-commerce site. You can get to our eco-adventure sites. You can get to our research, education, and
get to your forms for the Run for the Whales.
Yep, Run Walk for the Whales, which is happening on February 2nd. All of February is our Maui Whale Festival. Huge, huge month for us. offering a ton of different opportunities for folks to get involved from all walks of life and from all different interest areas.
Well, thank you so much. We'll have to have you back and we'll talk more. There's so much to talk about. Great to meet you, John, and wonderful to
Likewise.
see you, Kelly, and happy sailing and a big aloha.